Hi everybody, it's Kristin. So I have a get ready with me video for you guys today. This was a much requested and I apologize that it took me a little while to get to it, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. This is using the Viseart Theory palette in the shade, or the whatever, Minx. So these are the shades that I'll be using today. I didn't use all of them, but actually, maybe I did. I think I did actually use all of them, now that I say that. So, like I said, I had a lot of people ask for this, and they kind of wanted to see it in combination with the Goss brushes that I talked about, because I just feel like these two are like a match made in heaven. So most of the brushes I use are Goss brushes. You can certainly use whatever brushes you have. You can find shades in your collection that are similar to these, and please don't feel like you need to go out and buy this. This was, as I said, just for those people that really wanted to see a look with this palette. But I still feel like hopefully there are some tips and tricks that you can glean from this video and use in conjunction with the things that you have in your collection. So having said all of that, let's go ahead and get started. So I will quickly run down what I have on my face for you already. I have the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I have the Chanel Le Beige in the shade number 20. Just the current foundation I'm using up. I have some MAC Pro Longwear in NC 20. For a little added coverage and setting, I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Mineral Rich Loose Makeup Intensity 1.0, but this has been discontinued. Under my eyes, I have the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. And bronzer, I have Bare Minerals Invisible Light, Invisible Bronze Fair to Light. For blush today, I have MAC's Blush in Warm Soul. And then just to kind of, as a finishing powder, I have Dim Light. So it is, yeah, Dim Light from Hourglass. On my eyes, of course, I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion in just the plain old one, Eden, I think this is, or it's just original. And then MAC Painterly, you can't really see, there's nothing, hardly anything left in there, Paint Pot. All right, so let's get into the palette. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to, with this brush, which is a Goss 16 brush, I'm going to kind of mix these two shades right here. I don't want quite as dark as that one is quite yet. I'm just flicking off my brush there, and I'm going to go pretty high up here. And I don't know when I started doing this. A while ago, this might be kind of a, you know how, I have too much of the darker color there. A lot of people will use kind of like a peachy sort of shade up there. What is that one from Make a Peak? Everybody uses. I don't have it. But anyway, Beaches and Cream, maybe that's what it is. This is kind of my version of that for this look. So I should zoom in. Hold on. All right. So there I have you zoomed in. And I'm just, like I said, really kind of going between the two of those. And ending up when I'm going between the two shades, I end up in that lighter one. I'm gonna grab just some of the lighter one. I just don't want this to be too intense right here. And then the other thing you can do is just wipe off the brush, I have a towel in my lap, and go to town with the blending. This, when I do this, by the way, I'm not like yanking my eye. I'm just kind of holding it steady because my eyes aren't as young and delightful as they once were. All right, so I'm going down a size in brush head. I don't really know. I'm going like one smaller. And then I'm gonna go just into that middle shade right there. And I'm doing it with the tip of the brush. And then you can see it's just adding a little bit more dimension, but yet keeping it really blended. I feel like normally I'm tilted more towards you guys. Let's just adjust, shall we? I'm not professional. So we're just building up that color, but keeping it well blended. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. This is just what works for me. I'm gonna switch out that brush for the one I originally used, no product, and blend. Okay, I've done the other eye. Just gonna take a little bit more on the tip, and I'm going to kind of bring it in here. I'm really going very lightly on this outer corner. gonna put something over that, but it just kind of gets that outer corner blend going. Do you ever, if you are one that films videos, do you ever have that moment where you're like, shoot, am I filming? Is it recording? It is, for the record. Alright, I'd have a little shot of coffee there. So now my preference at this point is to go in with my flat shader brush, which I forgot to pull. I'm just going to grab one right here. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I want to make sure you guys can see that. And I'm going in with a MAC 239, and I'm just going to place it right here, kind of patting. You don't really have to be careful with how you apply these shadows. That's the beauty of the Viseart shadows. Don't remember if I did this that day or not, but I'm going to go with a Sony Kashuk 206, and I'm just going kind of in between this shade here and then the matte over here. Because I didn't want it to be too out of control, I'm just going to brighten up the inner corner a little bit. You can see, you can barely see it, but for me it makes a big difference, I think. Alright, so I'm grabbing, this is the Wayne Goss 18, and I'm just going into the matte brown on the tip of the brush. And you guys have seen me do this before. Just a little stampage here. And then I'm going to take that back to the 17 and just blend it out. I didn't go all the way to the bigger brush because I don't want it to get too out of control. You know what I'm saying? And then switching back and forth. I do a lot of switching back and forth. And then I'll show you in a second what I do to help that line. So back to the 17, into that mid-tone shade. I'm just going on the edge of this. Gives a nice, really nice blend. Gives a really nice blend. And you certainly can blend with this one to the 18 if you like. I don't know. It just depends on the day what I do. I think you just kind of get comfortable with your own sort of routine. So again, going back into that mid-tone shade and just going on the edge of that. It's a fine line between blended and muddy. Sometimes I end up muddy. Alright, you guys have seen me do this before. This is just a Sigma something. It's like a MAC 217, and I'm going with MAC Blanc type just to kind of clean up that edge a little bit and under the brow bone. And I go down here in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go back to that biggest brush, again, no product on it, and just another blend. And this, by the way, in case you're wondering, see the difference between this eye and this eye? If I don't clean this up, if it gets out too far, and you can do this like with tape or with powder beforehand or whatever your heart desires, but it just ends up pulling my face down. You'll notice, by the way, no fallout. Love these shadows. Alright, so I'm going in with the Goss 5 brush. Any pencil brush you have. I just, like I said in the beginning, I'm just going to use my Goss brushes. And into that sort of cranberry shade. And underneath my lower lash line. You could just use the brown. I just, and that's what I use on the outer corner here in a second. But I love this cranberry shade. It's a very nice cranberry shade that doesn't make me look sick. Sometimes, you know, red or shades that have kind of red in them, you can end up looking ill. So I'm going to wipe that brush off with my towel and go in with the brown just on the outer corner. Sort of intensify things a little bit. And I try to match it up with that outer corner. See the difference that makes? So I'm very sad because this past weekend, yesterday, I don't know when you're seeing this, but yesterday when I filmed this, from when I filmed this is what I'm saying. We came back from our weekend away and I cannot find my Essence black liner. I mean, fortunately it's a $2 liner or $3 liner and I can repurchase it, but I'm really annoyed that I don't know where it is. So I'm using the Julep gel liner in Blackest Black. And I'm just lining the upper lash line pretty close. And then I'm going to use my, as per usual, I better wipe this off because I don't know what I used on it last. And just smudge that out with a Sigma E21. I've never found another brush like this. And I don't know if you notice, I stopped the liner right there because then when I smudge it out, and again, I'm sure I've shown this before, but I just like to have just a hint of the color in my inner corner there, but not the liner. It helps with it not smudging during the day. So if you get like inner corner smudge, try that. Try just stopping right there with the liner and smoking it into your lash line. And into that inner corner without any product actually being laid down there, and see if that helps. Line my upper waterline. And then you can line your lower waterline. I'm sure that I did in that video because, well, I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, what the heck. Usually if I'm gonna line my lower waterline, I try to do it before I put on my lower eyeshadow. But we're just going to, oh, that worked out all right. Sometimes I get like a line that I don't, like a stark line there that I don't like to see. I'm just gonna take this, no more product on the brush, I'm just gonna take this up there to try to smudge out that line a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. For that look I did have lashes on, but it's just a normal work day today, so I don't really want to wear lashes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my lips, do my hair, and I'll come back and I'll give you a close-up of the look. Alright, so here is the final look. I went ahead and put on my mascara, which is the YSL Baby Doll mascara. And then for my lips, I used the same lip I was wearing in that video, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Cheat. And then, this is I've talked about this 100 times. The Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Penelope Pink. And then the Charlotte Tilbury gloss in Seduction. So let me go ahead and zoom in and give you a closer look. Okay, so here's the look. Alright, so I think that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful for those of you that wanted to see a look with this palette, see how I used it, see how it worked in combination with those Wayne Goss brushes. And I think that is everything. So thank you again for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye!